Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. धीरस्तु भोज्यमानोऽपि पीड्यमानोऽपि सर्वदा आत्मानं केवलं पश्यन् न तुष्यति न कुप्यति. These descriptions which are given, they are the pointers for us to walk the spiritual path. Suppose we imagine that we are established in the absolute truth. Imagine we are established in the absolute truth. Then what will be the experience? And that experience we start playing. See? And this is what exactly is what is called as Rama Leela or Krishna Leela. In this Leela or the drama, the experience is demonstrated on the stage by the artist, by the actor, that he is really miserable. So when he is demonstrating that experience of being miserable, he is playing the role. But at the same time, he knows very clearly he is not miserable. In the same manner, all the spiritual practice that we have is only this. Read this thing. Dukkhechu anudvignamanaha sukheshu vigata spruhaha vitaraga bhayakrodha stitadhi muni uchyate. The one who is in steady wisdom, how he lives? So the first thing is Dukkeshu Anudvignamanaha. Now we don't have to go for doing sadhana anywhere, because we being grahasthas, we get dukkha at home free. See? Because what is tapasya? Tapasya is invited trouble. It's called a tapasya. You go to the forest and there is no attached bathroom, there is no proper mosquito net, and there is no security. So this is what is called a tapasya. I have gone to tapasya. One student, he came to me, I was that time in Lonavala, having the course. So he said, Swamiji, please bless me. I said, क्या शादी करना है? He said, no. I want to go to Himalayas in the caves to do tapasya. I said, before you go to Himalayas directly, let us do an experiment. Near Lonavala, there are Karla caves. There is a temple, Ekavira Devi temple. I said, you go there, I'll arrange everything because I know the Panditji there. So he reached there. After having reached there, let her go, she will disturb everybody. So, after having reached there, then evening 5 o'clock, everything cool, everybody left, there is no light, darkness, and he was in the cave. Now the problem came. There is no bathroom, there is no door, all mosquitoes, and within 15 minutes he came down. And next day he said, Swamiji, it was so terrible. There were, mosquitoes and all kinds of wild sounds and all that. I said, anyway, never mind, but you must go to cave. Then how to do this? So when you are entering your house, before going to your home, you go to a painter, get it written on a board, cave, C-A-V-E, and put the board on your house. Cave, you read it, and enter, and read it. It's only in the mind. Don't the people do like this? They have got a big mansion and they say Parnakuti. Therefore, understanding should be very clear. if we are abiding in the truth, what does it mean? Dukkheshu anudvikramana. So all the miseries we get at home. See? Therefore it is said the grahastha ashram is the best one. Everything you get there. So, dhirastu bhojyamanopi pidyamanopi sarvada. So, if one is abiding in the truth, then what happens? Whether he is honored or he is hurt, Atmanam kevalam pashan, he is very clear that it is me alone. See, yesterday we went to Ramakrishna Mission and Swami Sridharanandaji. So I was just asking him one or two questions so that he can talk about the great master. I said, please tell me how Thakur has done the spiritual practice according to the Muslim tradition. They start. And in that course he told, he said once Thakur was standing with somebody and he saw one child was playing and he had that bhava, it is Bhagwan Rama who is playing. And then the child took that dragonfly and took the very pointed blade of grass and was trying to pierce that dragonfly's stomach. That time he should see what a great Leela Lord Rama is doing. He is the one who has lifted the dragonfly. He is the one who is the dragonfly. He is the one who has taken the blade of grass in the hand, which is also he himself. And thus, what a great Leela is going on. He was in trance. Pidyamanopi, when the dragonfly was, fly was pida, when it was tortured. No. Therefore, these are two standpoints in understanding. First, we get out of the world by recognizing the world as an illusion. Then we come to our essential self. And when we come to our essential self, then we come to know the world is nothing but me. Therefore, what is the illusion? Illusion is a sense of otherness. Is illusion. Because where there is a sense of otherness, then only kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya happens. If there is no sense of otherness, there cannot be desire. If there is no sense of otherness, there cannot be anger, there cannot be greed. See? Therefore, this wise man is abiding in his essential self. So, Atmanam kevalam pashan na tushyati na kupyati. Therefore, he goes beyond the sukha, dukkha, joy, sorrows, achievement and failure. All the spiritual practice, whether karma, yoga, devotion or knowledge, all of them are addressing the mind. If we work on the mind properly, everything is right. Instead of working on the mind, we work by the mind. Don't work by the mind, work on the mind. How do we work by the mind? We try to improve others. We try to be not miserable. We try to be, there should not be bad thoughts in the mind. We try to see. So we are constantly functioning by the mind. Instead of that, work on the mind. So when you start working on the mind, start. When the mind becomes functional, under two conditions. Number one, when there is a sense of otherness. Number two, when there is a sense of limited existence. When I imagine myself to be finite, then to attain the infinite, the desires popping up. When I see something as other than me, then only I have desire of that thing which is other than me. Thus, when you start working on the mind, then we will come to know that worldly things are important because we have given value. So we give value, the world will not trouble us. One technique I'll tell you which I have practiced. The technique is, start being abnormal. How? If you start liking chaos, you will never be miserable. You start liking the confusions, you will never be miserable. You start liking being disorganized, you will never be miserable. Don't try to be perfectionist. If you are perfectionist, you will be miserable also perfectly. To the last, cell of your body, you will be miserable. Why you are perfectionist? See, friends. Therefore, Atmanam Kevalam Pashan, he who is seeing himself alone to the exclusion of others, is neither happy nor miserable. चेष्टमानं शरीरं स्वं पश्यत्यन्य शरीरवत् संस्तवे चापि निन्दायां कथं क्षुभ्येन् महाशयः स्वं शरीरम् अन्य शरीरवत् चेष्टमानं पश्यति. He is able to see the movements of his body as he sees the movements of other people's body. This is what is called as living in awareness. When we start living in awareness, what happens is this. Take an example. If there is a classroom and small kids are there, so the kids will not be sitting quiet. There will be poultry farm. Caw, 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 caw. Why only children? Even in the camps you can see. When all the people, they have come only for the spiritual camp, when they sit together, do you think they'll sit quiet? Caw, 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 caw. And then somebody says, Swamiji is coming. They have become aware of the presence of something higher. Immediately quietness comes. Apply this principle. If we remain aware that before any action is done, it is known to the Lord in my heart. Before any word is spoken, it is heard by Him. Before any thought erupts, it is registered in Him. When we thus remain aware, you are not concentrating. Never do concentration. When you remain aware. Now see, you are not tense. You are relaxed but not sleepy. Therefore, Atmanam Kevalam Pashyan. When we thus start living in awareness, so Cheshtamanam Swam Shariram Pashyati Anya Shariravan Samstape Chapi Nindaya Katham Kshubhen Mahashayaha. If somebody is glorifying or condemning, why will he get agitated on any count? There was a Mahatma, he was being condemned by somebody. So, his devotee came, he said, Sir, people are speaking bad about you. He said, look here. If they are speaking bad about me as a body, I also condemn myself as a body. See, Atyanta malino dehaha, dehi chatyanta nirmalaha, asango hamiti jnatva, shauchavetat prajakshate. I agree with them. I also condemn my body. If he is condemning me as the absolute self, he and myself are not separate, so he has got every right to say anything to himself. How you take the things in life, that is important. But what happens, we are constantly wanting to listen our glory which is not there. And we know that this is not our really. And yet we like it. Therefore, Samstape chapi nindaya katham kshubhed mahashaya. This great master, why he will be disturbed by anything? Maya matramidam vishvam pasyan vigata kautukaha api sannihite mrutyau katham trasyati dhiradihi. Now see, this point I told you yesterday. Idam vishvam maya matram pasyan. knowing this world to be a play of Maya. You know, there are 7 chakras. You all must be the victims of the 7 chakras. And through the prism, if the light goes, it is divided into the 7, isn't it? Vibhyo. So those 7 chakras and the 7 lights, they are the same. And when it happens, when it goes through the prism, our prism is the prism of body identification. Our prism is prana identification. Our prism is mind identification. In body there is no problem. In prana there is no problem. In mind there is no problem. Problem becomes when we are identified. See, this point we hear 100 times. One day it clicked me because I have gone through some good experience. On my right big toe, there was some growth coming, a red kind of thing, So one person came to do namaskar in Bombay and he saw that. He said, Swamiji, what is this happening to your toe? I said, I am growing wise. He said, Swami, that is not a fun, it is not good, you must remove it. I said, I can't remove it, what can I do? He said, come, I'll take you. I am a doctor. I said, very good. So I went with him. And then he said, Swamiji, it is not big operation, you don't have to go to a big anesthesia and all that, I just do locally. I said, okay, do it. So he took the needles and put in my toe, like that, and put the injections. And after about 5 minutes or so, 10 minutes, then he said, do you feel the touch? I said, where? He said, yes, that. If I say no, that means I am feeling. And then he said, you can watch, no problem. So like you take out the ice cream by the scoop, put that scoop in a hot water and then put it like this and then you take out and it comes out. Like that, he put the scalpel in my toe straight away like this and like this it is, he says something. So although it was happening to the body, because the mind was not identified with the body, the pain or joy did not happen to me. So we simply go through the experience and don't learn. So what is the learning? Anything which is identified with, that alone exists for us. When we are not identified with it, it doesn't exist for us. Think. Therefore, here the wise man is Maya matramidam vishwam pashyan vigata kautukaha. So, this wise man, he is vigata kautukaha. He is no more surprised about this world because this Maya, it is just a fun. There is nothing great about it. How it is nothing great about it? Like, you must have done it and I am the worst victim of all this. People get married or their children get married. If you have gone yourself, then there is no problem. You can enjoy food and all that and go. But if you are not gone, they take a revenge. And the revenge is, they will show you the album. And what is the album? That album is a huge thing like Mahabharata, big one, they'll be keeping. Swamiji, this is my, daughter's marriage album and all that. I say, okay, very good. Now you prepare your food and all that, I will see the album. No, I will explain you. What is there to explain in marriage album? Is it, Brahma Sutra or what? And then I also start praying. Acha, who is this? Looks like a kabutar. Who is Swamiji? It is me. Oh, very good. Therefore, what is new in this world? Birth, death, marriage, divorce, children having, not having, sometimes job, sometimes no job. This is the story everywhere, nothing new in this. But we get so much involved in that. But Maya Matra Vidam Vishwam Pashan Vigata Gautuka, there is nothing worth becoming so. Oh, it always happens. So, Api Sannihite Mrityo. And when this understanding has become firm that everything is just a play of Maya, play of the mind, then when the death comes, now what is death? And what is birth? Birth is identification with the finite is a birth. Who are you? I am man. So I am identified only with the masculine body, not with the feminine body. Who are you? I am old. I am identified with the time factor associated with the body. Who are you? I am a Lohana Kachi. So I am identified with the Kachi. Kachi means underwear. One small child, he was telling me, I asked him, I said, hey Gujju, how are you? Swamiji, I am not a Gujju. Then who are you? I am Lohana Kachi. I said, do you know how to tie the Kachi? I don't know. Yet I am Kachi. What is Lohana? That also I don't know. Yet I am a Lohana. This identification is the birth. This identification is death. See, this is so simple, friends. Like we get identified with girl as a wife, husband is born. Because identified with the finite. When you identify with the totality, you are not Pati, but you are Rashtrapati. And then there is this identification, divorce, then where that Pati has gone who was becoming miserable. Therefore, friends, with this understanding, living this understanding 24/7, api sannihite mrityo katam trasyati dhiradihi. Dhiradihi, the wise man, why will he be miserable? We become miserable only when we get identified with. So all the spiritual practice is this. Whenever you get time, sit down, play. What it is like remaining as other than the body. Go on playing this. Rather than doing mechanically. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Instead of doing that, play. What must be the experience to remain other than the body? Play. Other than the body means all that is associated with the body doesn't associate with me. Okay. So what is associated with the body? The body has a shape, a form. So other than the body means what? No shape, no form. So now let us play. What must be the experience of no shape, no form? Is there anything in this world, no shape, no form? Yes, there is. It is the space. Space supports all shapes, all forms, but doesn't have any shape, any form. So now we are playing. Space, space. In this approach, you won't have any question. See, that is one of the reasons I never entertain question and answer sessions. This I learned from a great master in Bombay. His name was Nisargadatta Maharaj. He was illiterate, one bidi shop. Nothing. Never he has read Bhagavad Gita. Only once he heard the satsang because his friend took him to satsang. And his argument, see, logic. He said, I am a shopkeeper. A shopkeeper tells lies if he gets the benefit. No shopkeeper tells you the truth. He has to earn money. He said, when this Maharaj has told that I am myself Parabrahma Paramatma, what will he get by telling me the lies that I am Paramatma? He won't get anything. If he tells that he is Brahman, not me, then there is some selfishness. But when he is telling Tattvamasi that you are the reality, what will he get? Why will he tell lies? Therefore, it must be so. Now, where is the question? See, friends. Therefore, work on this. If we are studying Ashtavakra Gita straight away, Muktim Ichhasi Chettata Vishayan Vishavatyaja Kshamarjavadaya Tosha Satyam Piyushavad Bhaja. First instruction given by Janak Maharaj, given to Janak Maharaj by Ashtavakraji. The first. Muktim Ichhasi Chettata Vishayan Vishavatyaja Kshamarjavadaya Tosha Satyam Piyushavad Bhaja. This is all the spiritual practice. So play. What it is, lying being space. Then the second step comes. Shapes and forms are many. The formless, shapeless space is one. So if there is only one space, there is no question about one thing in our life. That about which we have no question, that is we. And what is that about which we have no question? We have no question about our own being. Do we have question? Either I am or I am not. So if we have to reach our own essential self, what is the obstacle on the way? Questions. No question. So we discard the shape and the form, discard the sense of otherness. When other is not there, how there can be attachment? Then go further. The body has birth, growth, modification, old age, death. Other than the body means none of these attributes belong to me. Now verify. Do we have the experience of our birth? No. Do we have the experience of our growth? No. When somebody calls us for the first time, auntie or grandma, then only we get the shock in our life. Because we never get the experience that we are growing. The other day, one lady, she was telling me, Swamiji, I am your child. When you called me beta, I feel so good. She was 85 and not out. And I was always telling her, beta, kaisi ho tum? She says, Swamiji, when you call me beta, I feel so good. Because everybody calls me Dadima, I don't like it. The reason is nobody has the experience that one is growing. And so is the case of death. Playing this is called as meditation. Playing this is called as spiritual practice. See friends, therefore, api sannite mrityo kadam drasyati dhirari. One can never be disturbed. And this is the only purpose, the moral of the story, when the law of karma is told. Good or bad karma in the last life, karma shaya, according to Patanjali's language. Because of the karma shaya of the last life, this life, ayu, jati and bhogaha, these three things are established. What will be the form in which we will be born, jati, what will be the longevity, ayu, and what will be the experiences we will be going through. These three things are determined on the basis of our total karma package of the last life. And whatever we go through, that will determine our next life. Means what? Means we are a continuous unbroken existence. So where is a place for fear of death? See, friends. But nobody will tell you this thing, because they want you to do puja and give them dakshina. The purpose is defeated. And then we get so much enchanted by this cause and effect. Last life, this life, and then Punarjanma and going to hell and heaven is all bakwas. Drop it once for all. And Nayam Atma Balahine na labhyaha. The truth is not for those who are the dropouts. No, how can I say, so many years I have been doing this thing, now it is wrong? Yes, it is wrong. Change now. See, friends. See, the spiritual practice is nothing but the readiness to change our wrong notions and the ability to change our wrong notions and living in the light of this new wisdom. That is spiritual life. Therefore, nispruham manasam yasya nairashepi mahatmanaha tasyatma jnana truptyasya tulana kena jayate. Yasya manasam nispruham nairashe api. He whose mind is beyond, he who has gone beyond, he who has transcended even the desire for liberation. One day I was talking to a group of children in a school, and I told, hey, don't call the whole lot. I am not well. One classroom is enough. But nobody listens, that also I know. So the whole school was called. KG1 up to 12th standard. Now such a heterogeneous group, how can you address? When you look at the small kids, they are sitting like this. And when the middle class, student, 6, 7, 8, they are sitting in the ground. And the senior student, how can you address such a heterogeneous group? Then I thought, let's play something. Because playing, no age group is required. Then I said, okay, let us play. Reply by question. How many of you want happiness? So all of them went there. Hands down. How many of you don't want happiness? One girl from class 10 and one child boy from class 3 or 4. You come here. Now they thought they have done some mistake because they are called before the whole assembly. And we are sitting together. I said, okay, our game is not over. Continue. Then I said, now, who wants food? The one who is hungry, is it not? Yes, Swamiji. Chorus. Then, who wants water? The one who is thirsty, is it not? Yes, Swamiji. The one who wants happiness, who is he? He is miserable, is it not? Yes, Swamiji. So you are all miserable. Therefore you want happiness. These two kids of mine, they are not miserable, therefore they don't want happiness. Who wants liberation? See, friends. If you make yourself that I am miserable, then you go in search of happiness. This is the basic, thought given in the first lecture of Vedanta. We are all seeking happiness. And this is the biggest mistake. Don't seek happiness. Express happiness. See, friends, seeking happiness will never lead you to happiness because you are seeking. The most miserable search is a search for happiness. It is something like, a dog trying to catch his own tail, going in circle and falling down. Don't ever seek happiness in life. Then express happiness. To begin with, झूठ मूठ झूठा ही सही. थोड़े देर के लिए तुझे प्यार है कह दो, झूठा ही. ट्राई तो करो. Hey friends, the day you accept this principle as spiritual practice, that spirituality is not seeking happiness, but it is expressing happiness. Those who are seeking happiness, they are miserable. Therefore, they are seeking happiness. Therefore, yasya manasam nairashe api nispruham tasya atmajnana druptasya. Such a one who is totally fulfilled in his life. See, this is another important thing. We are seeking to fulfill the desires, but we never get fulfillment in life. Because our equation is wrong. Fulfillment of desires is not equal to fulfillment in life. Where there is fulfillment in life, then nothing disturbs you. Something is there very good, something is not there very good. No change. Therefore, tasya tulana kena jayate. This experience cannot be compared with any experience which is known to us. Further, swabhavadeva jananaha drisyametanna kinchana idam grayam idam tyajam sakim pashyati dhiradihi. Swabhavat eva jananaha. The one who has recognized essentially eta drishyan na kinchana. He who has come to realize this world has no existence at all. See friends, when we are interacting with the world, from every experience the truth is revealed. Every. Pratibodha viditam matam. Every experience reveals the reality. Now how it can be done? Here the teacher tells. How the worldly objects are seen? First of all, are the objects ever seen? When any object is included in the mind, then only it exists for us. Otherwise not. That day I gave example. Once I was having my lecture somewhere and there was some kind of a spider on my beard. Now I don't know that. One small girl saw it. She came slowly on the stage and I said, why should I worry why you have come? So she came on the stage and she said, Swamiji, there is a spider on your beard. Shall I remove it? I said, take a tissue and don't pull the beard, okay? So she took it out. Now after it was told that there is a spider on the beard, then only it existed for me. Till then it didn't exist. So where is the world? World is only in the mind. When the mind is enfolded as in deep sleep, where are we? Bombay Street or Delhi Street? Where are we? When the mind is enfolded as in deep sleep, what are we? Man or woman? Young or old? Husband or wife? Everything disappears. Therefore, friends, this whole world is not existing at all. Don't give too much seriousness to this. How to live in this world? Simple technique I tell you, which you are all expert. As you are listening to Vedanta, so you listen to the world. Vedanta doesn't change us. We continue. How many Mahatmas have come and gone? Have we changed? We are a challenge to the Mahatmas. Sudhar ke liga. So the same technique apply when you are listening to the world. Therefore, स्वभावात् एव जानानः दृश्यमेतन्न किंचन idam grayam idam tyajyam. If this is so, what will you think of holding on to in this world, and what you will think of rejecting from this world? See? Otherwise, I don't take this, I don't take this. This is not good, that is not good. Ram, Ram, Ram. Relax. You know, earlier I never used to take milk. Strictly no means no. Once it so happened, I was with my Swamiji. He was sitting in the meditation and dining table. Next, I was sitting. Somebody has given him a big glass of milk with kesher and all kinds of things. He just took one sip and he didn't like it. He said, "Oh, useless. You take it." He gave it. And naturally, when he gave me, when I was taking, there was always unwanted kamandalus around, wise kamandalus. So one of the wise kamandalus said, "Swamiji," she was going to say, "I put my foot on her foot strongly." So she kept quiet. And after that was over, then everything was done. Swamiji, when we give you milk, you don't take. And when Gurudev has given, how do you take? I said, "Kaha Raja Bhosh, kaha Gangua Teli, apne aukat dekho." See, friends, we get too obsessed. Obsession is not spiritual practice. Obsession, when it is applicable everywhere. See? And the worst obsession is that I am the body obsession. Unless this obsession is deleted, further progress on the spiritual path is not possible. Therefore, idam grayam idam tyajyam. What are you going to hold and what are you going to live in this world? When Bhagavan says, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam raja, what exactly he means is this. Before you reject anything in this world, find out what belongs to you. Nothing belongs to us. What are you going to leave? See, there is one text written by Samartha Ramdas Swami, Das Both. There is one chapter where it is said, everybody says the house is mine. The mosquitoes say the house is mine. The rats say the house is mine. The chipkali say the house is mine. The neighbor say the house is mine. The contractor say the house is mine. The thieves say this is mine. And the guest say the house is mine. The wife say the house is mine. The children say the house is mine. The house. House is smiling. See, friends, it's all our mental projection. Therefore, idam grayam kidam tyajyam. Kim na pashyati dhirani. Will he ever think in this term? Because when something is rejected as an illusion, please understand illusion means what? Again I repeat it. First, sense of otherness is illusion. Suppose there are two statues. One is Rama, other is Ravana. And one of my friends asked me this question, Swamiji, between the two, which you will select? Both are made of gold. I said, you think? He said, naturally you are a Swami, therefore you take Rama. Over? I said, okay. Now my question is, which is heavier? So, although seeing the differences, the attention was on the common denominator. So the differences, Rama and Ravan, they are an illusion if your attention is on the gold. See, friends. Therefore, in this world, what is this sense of otherness? This is valid only when the mind is functional. When the mind is non-functional, the sense of otherness disappears. Therefore, this world is an illusion. One understanding. Take an understanding. See, illusion means any experience which needs a special condition to happen, that experience is an illusion. Like the mirage waters. If somebody tells you that, last evening I was coming and suddenly there was so much of mirage water on the way, I couldn't come fast. Will anybody believe? Mirage water cannot happen in the evening. It has to be, the sun rays must land on the earth perpendicular, and then only there is a refraction, and those refracted sun rays appear as water. It's not that. That is illusion. Now be attentive. When are the colors and forms seen? When eyes are open. When eyes are closed, colors and forms are not seen. So this particular condition is required for the colors and forms to happen. Number one. Number two. There may be colors and forms, your eyes are open, but if the colors and forms are not bathing in the light, then also we cannot see them. So condition number two. The colors and forms are also in light, eyes are also open, but the eyes are open in the other direction. Then also it cannot be seen. See how many conditions are required. When all these conditions are fulfilled, then only colors and forms are established. Therefore, this is an illusion. It doesn't exist. This particular thing I really understood. Normally we keep on listening, but no understanding takes place. Therefore questions come. If understanding takes place, no questioning. This understanding took place when I was in Gujarat, Bhavnagar. And there is a friend of mine, he organized some talk like that, he took me there. And I was so tired, I just wanted to sleep. He said, Swami, please don't sleep, we have to go to my factory. I said, man, I am so tired, why do you want me to go? Please, Swami, don't say no. So then where's the question? So I was carried away there. And when I went, I didn't regret, because I had seen something out of this world. In his factory was, these plastic ties which are used on the airport for tying down the thing, used throw ties. That was his factory. And there were about 40-50 laborers working. Except the person on the front desk, everybody was physically challenged. Every single labor. Folios, hard to tie, cannot stand, eyes are not there, caustic, and then, hearing is not there. All kinds of abnormalities. Each and every labor. And he was telling that my production is far better than the healthy laborers. And I pay them at the same rate like a healthy laborer. And then he took me in one big hall where there were about a dozen machines. And it was so noisy that your head will burst. So much sound. He took me there. I said, oh, very good, let's go. He said, no, I want to explain you. And he will not allow me to come out. 5 minutes he tortured me there. And then I said, whether you want or not, I am going. Leave me here. And I went out. He said, I wanted to hear this thing from you, that you are tired inside. Then we went outside and he said, do you know, my laborers are working there 8 hours. One, shift. Do you know how they live there? I said, I don't know. They are all deaf. For them, the sound doesn't exist. Whatever may be the noise, it doesn't exist. So all the 5 objects of the world, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, where are they? They are only in your sense organs. And what are sense organs? They are only the mind. And what is mind? Expression of the consciousness. So where is the sense of otherness? Therefore, sense of otherness is an illusion. See friends, think in different ways. So, svabhavadeva janana drishyam etanna kinchana idam grayam idam tyajam sakim pashyati dhiradi. Antastyakta kashayasya nirdvandvasya nirashishaha yadruchaya gato bhogo na dukkhaya na tushtaye. Anta styakta kashayasya. He who has kashaya means the worldly desires. So he who tyakta, anta inside. He who is no more carrying any desire of any kind. See friends, Kathopanishad end is this only. When the teacher says there, Yada sarve pramuchante kama yasya vridishritaha atha martyaha amruto bhavati atra brahma samashnite. When a person entertains zero desires, he is liberated. For us, liberation means getting something special. Liberation means becoming extraordinary. No, we are sufficiently extraordinary. See, I am man, I am woman, I am young, I am old, I am educated, I am overeducated, I am beautiful, I am awful. In addition to that, I am spiritual. One more burden on me. See, friends, spirituality is discarding all specialities. See, friends, that is one of the most important things. I'll tell you an experience. Our Swami Khandanji was not well toward the end of his life. So he could not see properly, he could not walk because he had a cancer of the large intestine. So his, Swami's devotees, or disciples, they used to cordon him and he walks. Don't do namaskar, don't touch Swamiji, he is not well, don't do like that. And yet Indians are Indians, they never listen. Everybody is wise. Every Indian is a born wise person. Can teach others otherwise. So he was thus taken. And yet one old man, he will not listen. Somehow he sneaked and did namaskar. So when he was doing namaskar, this Swami got angry. Pushed him. I told you not to do this thing, and that poor old man fell down. These old people are very jiddi, they don't listen to anybody. So he fell down. And Swami just saw that, but cool, no disturbance. And after he went to his room, he sat down. Then he said, Acha, Prabhupada Maharaj, let us think. You are telling that nobody should do namaskar to me because you know I am not well. Very good. But that man, old man, he didn't listen to you and he still was doing namaskar. Therefore he pushed. You pushed him. He fell down. Now let us think. Whether you are angry because he was doing namaskar to me and troubling me, or you are angry because although you told him not to do namaskar and he didn't listen to you, for what reason you are angry, now contemplate. See? This is called as subtlety in thinking. See, friends. Therefore, we don't have to become special of any kind. No speciality. Like the iceberg is special. Ocean is not special. The ocean supports life, not the iceberg. See, friends. An iceberg is as much it is seen above, 2/3 is below. In the same manner, our ego as much is seen above, 2/3 is below. Now, what can you do with this? Nothing. Stop doing anything. That ice will automatically melt into the water. Therefore, what is spiritual practice? Undoing. Not doing anything. Not becoming somebody, but unbecoming all what we are becoming. The moment you get disturbed, immediately Control Z. Undo. Practice this. life will be extremely simple. So, antas tyakta kashayasya nirdvandvasya nirashishaha. Nirdvandva. Dvandva means what? Pairs of complements. Normally people translate pairs opposite, pairs of opposites. That is the translation which I don't like. Death is not opposite to life. Death is complementary to life. If there is no death, life will have no value. See? Similarly, disease is complementary to the health. So there is no opposition. They are complementary to each other. Nirdvandva. He who does not insist only one thing. होगे कामयाब एक दिन कयामत के दिन. Don't get carried away by this funny thing. There should not be misery anywhere in this world. This very world is made of the fabric which has got a crisscross threads. And you expect, no, there should be a cloth, we should have all the threads going in only one direction. Then it is called as a rope, hang yourself. If you want a cloth, you will have to have the crisscrossing of the threads. Without that, cloth cannot happen. In the same manner, mind cannot survive without the complementary pairs. Sound, silence. But when for you, sound and silence are equal, mind has disappeared. Joy and sorrow, complementary. But sukha dukkhe samay krutva labha labho jaya jayo. If joy and sorrows are equal, you have transcended the mind. See? Victory and defeat, if they are equal, then you are no more in the mind. See? Nirdvandva. Living as the mind is bondage, living through the mind is spiritual practice, and living as pure consciousness, maybe through the body, mind, etc., is Jivan Mukta. Therefore, antastyakta kashayasya nirdvandvasya nirashishaha. And nirashishaha, no expectation of any kind. No expectation. The day we drop this virus of expectation, you will be naturally happy. Our expectations are from those whom we consider as ours, from mamata only. For example, children. We have got too much expectation from the children. When the child will become grown up, he will take care of me. So the childhood was investment. On the contrary, discover your joy when the children are growing up, and when they are grown up, throw them out and you relax and enjoy your life. But you hold on to those fellows, Beta, mujhe chhod ke mat jana. Then why don't you go? What has to do? Hey friends, learn this technique. Nirashisha yadruchaya gata bhogaha na dukkhaya na dushtaye. Then whatever comes in life, yadruchaya. See, Bhagavad Gita also says, yadrucha lava santushtaha. So yadrucha means whatever comes unasked for. That is neither for the joy nor for the sorrows. Once 2-3 seekers were talking, and Ramakrishna Paramahansa was there. So one said, actually sadhu is he goes from house to get bhiksha, and if he gets bhiksha, if he eats, and if he doesn't get, he goes away. So Ramakrishna Paramahansa laughed. He said, Thakur, why are you laughing? He said, you are talking about a dog. If the food is given to the dog, he eats. If it doesn't, he goes. This is not a Mahatma. This is how truth is. He says Mahatma is the one, if he gets food, good. If he doesn't get, he does Ram Naam, Satya, Ram Naam. He is chanting the Lord's name, bhajan karta hai. Therefore, yadruchaya gata bhogaha na dukkhaya na tushtaye. Thus he goes through the experiences, be attentive, but does not become experiencer. This is if we recognize this principle, let there be experience, but no experiencer be born. Then what will happen if no experiencer is born? Be very attentive. There cannot be memory of such experience. Because memory is for the experience. Many times people say, Swamiji, yesterday's meditation solid था एकदम, अच्छा जम गया. आज जमा ही नहीं. Is it ice cream or what? Sometimes jama, sometimes नहीं jama. Meditation is an experience. It is not experience with an experiencer. Therefore, na tushtaye, na bhogaya, dukkhaya, etc. With this, we concluded the third chapter of Ashtavakra Gita. Now, in the fourth chapter, is 1 hour over? Yes. Fourth chapter we will take tomorrow. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.